everyone, so I'm here today with my April favourites. This month has just gone by so quickly. I know we say this every month, but it's just kind of been and gone and I'm not even sure what I have to show for it. But I'm going to jump in with my favourites. My hair though, first of all, in case you're wondering, I curled it with the curling one from Cloud9. I was testing that out this morning. I really like it. This is the first time I've used it. I need to kind of give it a better go, but I'm really impressed with it so far. But I'm going to jump right into the things I've been loving this month. And the first thing is a really random thing. And this is something that I got sent this when it first launched, and I hadn't used it because I was using the normal wax that I buy, the Gigi Brazilian wax. So I hadn't tried this, I was finishing what I'd started. And then I started using this, and it's the Near Argan Oil Salon Divine Body Wax Bye Bye Pain formula. Not sure about the Bye Bye Pain thing, but basically it looks like this. It's super messy because I've used it already, so you'll have to forgive me. But that's what, oh, I just dropped it. That's what it looks like, comes with a little spatula and everything. And it's basically hard wax, so stripless wax. Now what I tend to do with this is I like fabric strips with bikini waxing. But I use this without strips as well, and it works really nicely. Really, it smells really nice. That's a really weird thing to notice about wax, but it kind of smells really nice, really pliable, really easy to use. I think it's a little bit more expensive than the Gigi one that I buy, but let me know if you want me to do a full video about it, because I'm going to do a Q&A video about hair removal. So let me know in the comments below any questions you have for that video, and I'll mention them in the Q&A video, because I've been really impressed with this. It worked really well, really quick, and it wasn't too painful, so definitely recommend this. I know a lot of people have been asking my thoughts on it. I've just tried it and I do really recommend it. Then in terms of skincare, well, I suppose one of these is skincare, the other ones are kind of makeup skincare, but I'll talk about the first one. This is a rediscovery, and it's the Soap and Glory Shield Make Yourself Youthful Sun Shield Superfluid, and this is an SPF of 50. It's gotten warmer recently, so I've gone back to using this as my daily moisturiser under my makeup, and it just works great. It's very fluid, if you can hear. Very light, controls oil nicely on me, I found. Just a great base under makeup and provides you with really good sun protection, so I definitely recommend this. And then in terms of kind of makeup base products, these are two things I've been using this month, these two primers, and I've been using the Body Shop All-in-One 5-Action Perfector. And this is really nice because it's a kind of silicone based primer, but you can smooth it all over your skin. It fills in pores and just gives your foundation a little bit more longevity, and just works really nicely if you have kind of open pores in this area, I found. And then the other one is a recent launch from Clarins, and it's their Instant Light Radiance Boosting Complexion Base. I used this as well when my skin was looking very tired, and it helped tremendously. I used it a couple of days kind of just on its own with a little bit of concealer if I wasn't going anywhere, and it worked nicely for that as well. So those two have been big favourites in terms of making my skin look a bit more presentable. And then in terms of foundation, I picked both of these up at the beginning of the month and have been using nothing else all month. I haven't touched another foundation since I got these, and it's the Maybelline Dream Flawless Nude and the L'Oreal Infallible Matte 24 Hour. On a day where I want a little bit less coverage, I'll go for this. This is what I'm wearing today, and on a day where I want my makeup to last a bit longer, I'll go for this. Both of these I love. I've got a full review of this coming up, and I'm going to film a full review of this after I filmed this video, so look out for those. But really lovely foundation, and the L'Oreal one is fantastic as well. And then in terms of makeup, I have rediscovered my Benefit They're Real mascara, and I've got another Benefit mascara I'm going to talk to you about in a minute, but I decided to just use this up, and using this up has made me realise what a good mascara it is. It's not the easiest to remove, and I hate that, but I used to always find it smudged on me. It hasn't been smudging. I kind of had a bit of a weird thing going on there. It hasn't been smudging, but it's just worked really nicely. I'm wearing up my eyes today. Not sure how well you can see. It looks so pretty, but it's just very difficult to remove, and I don't like that. So I do love it, but I don't think I'll buy it again, but it's one that I like to have in. And I know that W7 do a dupe for this that I'm interested in trying. Then in terms of eyeshadow, I've got an eyeshadow and a blush here that I've really been loving. This is the Essence Duo in Irresistible Caramel Cream, and they're just these really beautiful kind of buttery shadows. They look beautiful on the lid, really pigmented, really buttery. I use my fingers to apply them even though they're a powder because it works better for these, I found, and just a really great drugstore find. Then the blush I've been using a lot this month because I've kind of been having more colour on my eyes. Like today I'm wearing a little bit of blue liner. I'm not sure how well you can see. I love wearing blue liner, but I feel like my face just, you can pile makeup on my face and I still somehow manage to look like I haven't got much makeup on. It kind of swallows makeup. It's really annoying. But on days where I've kind of had a bit more on my eyes or maybe a bright lip, I like to kind of have a more toned down cheek. So I've been using Peaches by MAC, which is just this beautiful kind of warm toned peach colour. I've been using this a lot this month and I really like it. It's a sheer tone blush, I think. So it's not the most pigmented, but it just gives you a nice kind of wash of peachy colour and really lovely. Definitely a great one for spring, summer. And then in terms of nail polish, there's only one that's really stood out to me this month, and it's the Essie nail polish in Russian Roulette. Love Essie nail polishes. I bought a few and this is my favourite from the ones I bought. Pigmented, red, perfection, just, you know, the perfect red nail. And then in terms of fragrance, this is kind of a really unusual one, but when I was away, my sister had this and I kept using hers and I was really into it. I kept like looking for it after I'd had a shower to go and put some on because I just really loved it. So I spotted some in Duty Free and I picked myself up some as well. And it's the Victoria's Secret Love Spell. And this says it's cherry blossom and peach fragrance mist, and this just smells so amazing. I have been spritzing this on myself after showers. After I get out of the bath, I'll pop a little bit on now for you to see. It's just a kind of fragrance mist. It's not a perfume, it's not super strong, it doesn't last on the skin for ages, but it just smells so gorgeous and like a juicy sweet peach. Not the type of scent I would normally go for, but I've been loving this. I've been using it all the time, and I bought it in a kit that came with the body lotion and the shower gel. Both of those smell amazing, but the scent doesn't linger as long as it does with this, so really, really like that. And then I've got two kind of disappointing products. One of them's not necessarily a disappointing product, but this is the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. And I took this little sample away with me and I've pretty much used it up. It just looks like this. The brush is kind of one of those really plasticky ones, and then it's kind of slightly curved so it lifts everything up. Beautiful effect, but this was an absolute nightmare to remove. Like, Benefit mascaras, I know that you don't want them to smudge, but really I don't want my eyelashes to come out with them when I'm trying to take them off. Oil cleanser, balm cleanser, really, really hard to get off. And a lot of people said they didn't have a problem with it, that they could just take it off with some kind of micellar water. Didn't work for me. It was really hard to get off. Loved it and I would definitely use it, but the problem I had with it was just very, very difficult to remove, so I'm not sure about that one. For the price, I don't know if I'd recommend that. And then this little eyeshadow palette is from Clinique, and it's the Aromatics in White All About eyeshadow palette. So it's got all these beautiful shades in it. And the shades are really gorgeous, but I found that they creased on me really badly. And I love the kind of olive green shade and the orange shade. I think they're really like nice unusual shades, but they just creased really badly on me and just didn't really kind of give me the effect that I wanted. Not the most pigmented. I was just generally a bit disappointed by it. It's a really nice kind of travel palette because it's so compact, but the quality was a bit disappointing, I found. And then I'm going to talk you through my kind of random favourites that I've had this month. So the first book I haven't got to hand with me because I lent it to my mum, and it was Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Is it Gillian? Gillian? I'm not sure. Who is the author of Gone Girl, and I loved that. I read that on the flight in about 2 hours. I just finished the entire book. I am a very fast reader in general, to be honest, but I really, really enjoyed that. Really, really good. I'm currently reading Dark Places by the same author. Not as into that yet, but it is still good. It's just the character's a little bit weird in it, but I've only started it. I kind of started it last night. I'm on like chapter 3. But then the other book, this is just a kind of the one that was closest to me that I grabbed, Sylvia Day's Captivated by You. I am not a 50 Shades of Grey fan. I started reading the book and I stopped halfway, the first one, and I stopped halfway through because I just couldn't deal with how it was written. I didn't like the storyline, I didn't like the characters, I especially didn't like his character, and it just wasn't for me. But mainly how badly written it was, it wasn't for me. Then my friend told me about this series and she said, oh, they're really good, and I was like, yeah, it's not really my kind of genre of book. But then my friend bought me the first 3 of these as a gift, and I devoured them. I finished the first one on the plane, and then the second one took me about a week, and the third one the week after that, and I was done with all the books. They are a very easy read, that has to be said, but still. And then this is the 4th one from the series. I finished this pretty quickly as well. The 5th one I don't think is out yet, but essentially it's similar to 50 Shades of Grey in that it's kind of like a saucy novel type of thing, but the characters I find are more likeable. It's 100 times better written in my opinion, and it has a more romantic feel to it. It's not so much about the control element and that kind of thing. It's got a bit more of a kind of loving feel to it. It's a little bit more natural feeling to me, so I enjoyed it a lot more. The characters in it are called Gideon and Eva, I think, and very kind of likeable characters. It's written in quite a kind of modern way, and yeah, it has got a lot of sex scenes in it though. I'd be like reading it in bed and I'd be like that, and my boyfriend would look over and he'd be like, what she did what? But yeah, if you like that kind of thing, these are very good. They're the best from that type of thing. But that is it. Those are my favourites for the month of April. I would love to know what your favourites are, what you've been enjoying this month, and I hope we all have a great month ahead, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.